Okay, so it's time for Grandma reads a story, and this is a joint program with the foster grandparents of Oakland County, sponsored by Catholic Charities of Southeastern Michigan and the County Public Library. And we have for us today, Grandma Bessie. So she's going to read a couple of stories. So take it away, Grandma Bessie.
The longest mile. The longest storm, I'm sorry. Written by Dan Yaccarino. The storm came to our town. It was unlikely any storm we ever seen. No one knew how long it would last. We are going to have to stay inside, maybe for a long while.
Oh.
There was nothing to do and too much time to do it.
Look bored.
Yeah. Being home together like that all the time felt strange, but soon it went from strange to bad to worse. And just when it seemed like it couldn't get any worse.
Oh, wow.
It did. We were completely sick of each other.
Oh, wow. Look at that rage face.
Yep. Is it possible for a family to run out of nice things to say? Everyone just wants to be alone.
Oh.
At least that day we couldn't get so mad all the time.
Oh. Don't look happy though. Maybe alone and not fighting, but
yeah. But then came the night we all heard a rumbling in the distance.
uh-oh.
There was a big flash. The whole house shook.
Ooh.
Yeah. Then nothing. The whole house shook and it went black. I guess it was lightning.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We all said we were sorry.
Oh.
The morning came and something had changed, but not the storm. It was all still there. Not having to stay inside together, we still had to do things to do.
Wow. What's the difference? They said they're sorry.
Yeah. It was hard to say what had made the difference.
They're talking to each other.
Someone will still get angry at someone else, just not for all that long. Then things start to get better a little every day until things were good.
Good. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Then came the impossible, beautiful day when the storm was gone.
Oh, the sun comes in.
We went outside and there was so much to do. Yeah, full of leaves. Blowed all the leaves off the trees.
And then that was it. They
That
had
was
still
it.
so
That
much
was
to
it.
do.
Huh?
Still so much to do, and then what?
So much to do. That means it blowed all the leaves off the trees, so they had to get there and rake all them leaves off the ground.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the end?
That's the end.
Oh, okay. So, what did you think of that story, Grandma Bessie?
It was a nice story. It started out with the family, They didn't want to be around each other. They got tired of each other. All of just wanted to be alone. But it finally worked out while the family ran after nice things. The family had ran after nice things to say to each other.
Yeah. So something happened. There was a big crack, and then there was nothing, and then so maybe they got scared in the dark
Maybe so.
by themselves. These two scary, and so they said something. What did they say?
Uh-huh.
They said, "I'm what? I'm sorry."
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And so things started to change a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, thought it was a cool story. I think sometimes as families we go through those things where something happens and we're
Right.
sick of each other or mad at each other,
Uh-huh.
and then oh, we're going to be alone, and then after a while being alone it gets a little old,
Yeah.
lonely. So then say, well, maybe they're not so bad, and then we say the magic words. What are the magic words? I'm sorry.
Right.
And then things started getting better.
Yeah.
So I think I thought it was a great story.
Me too.
So what part did you like?
Like I said, they finally you didn't want to be around each other. And then they couldn't say nothing nice. Then they finally started, talking nice to each other.
That's
and they
true.
started getting along.
They
Yeah.
started being nice to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the picture where he's like, it went from bad to worse, and he's like,
Right.
guy,
Yeah.
He's like full of rage. And
Uh-huh.
so, yeah. So I think the pictures were great, and I think it's a great story. Yeah, you're right. It's got to be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Now that's kind of the little bit of magic that happens a little at a time. So, what's the next story we have to read?
The next one. This is the last one here. Max the Dragon, written by Kate Banks, pictured by Doris Kuplo.
Okay. Okay. Max the Dragon.
Max shot across the lawn. His brother Carl and Benjamin were playing croquet. Found ground, said Max. We are going. What are you doing, Carl asked. I'm looking for the word that rhymes, said Max. Look what I found on the ground. Max picked up the umbrella. Who needs that, said Ben. It's not raining.
Yeah, why would you need an umbrella if it's not raining? That's
right. Max opened the umbrella and ducked underneath. Ready, he said. Who are you talking to? Asked Ben. My dragon, said Max. Dragon don't exist, said Carl. Yes, they do, said Max. There's a dragon in my wagon. Carl looked up at the wagon. He planned hide and seek, said Max. So please don't pick Cyrus, said Carl. He and Ben began to laugh.
There's nobody in there but him.
Right. Ben hit the ball through the wicket. It rolled across the lawn. Max raced off. Where are you going, said Carl. My dragon tail had made a trail, said Max. I'm following it. Then Max lay down on the grass and looked up at the clouds. Carl put down his mallet. What are you doing now? He asked. My dragon trying to practice flying, said Max. I still don't see him, said Ben. He's up there, dancing on the air, said Max. There's nothing, things that my dragon, said Carl. Then came along a black cloud. Oh, said Max. Oh, no. Hey, that cloud looked like a dinosaur, said Ben. It's going after your dragon, said Carl. If my dragon isn't faster, there'll be a disaster, said Max. The dinosaur is getting closer, said Ben. The wind began to whistle. It blew the hat off of Carl's head. It whispered in Ben's ear. Max zipped up his sweatshirt. The dragon sneeze made quite a breeze, he said. The skies turned purple. Thunder rumbled and clapped. Carl and Ben jumped. My dragon fury make me sorry, said Max. The rain began. Max put up his umbrella, and Carl began shivering. My dragon roars that made it pour, said Max. What can we do to stop it? Cried Carl. Get rid of the dinosaur, said Max. How? Said Ben. You need to make a rhyme, said Max. The dinosaur fell into the well, said Carl, where we had to stay for the rest of the day, said Ben.
It made a rhyme. Does it work?
Yeah. Suddenly the rain dwindled to a drizzle. The thunder ceased. The wind died down. The clouds parted. And the sun came out. It worked, said Ben. Where's your dragon now? Said Ben. My dragon do the best to take a little rest, said Max. Carl and Ben went back to playing croquet. Where's my ball? Said Ben. Max poked the umbrella into the bushes to see something laying on the ground. He said, it's another dragon, said Ben. No, said Max, leaning over. It's a croquet ball. Max handed it to Ben. Thanks, said Ben. Would you like to play croquet, Carl? Said to Max. I don't know how, but I'd like to learn, said Max. Then take a turn, said Carl. And he handed Max the mallet. Max hit the ball with the mallet. It bounced across the grass and out of sight. Where did it go? Asked Carl. It rolled over the clover, said Max, and through the wicket and into the thicket, said Ben.
He's rhyming it too.
He hit it hard. There was a rumbling in the distance. What's that? Asked Carl. It's my dragon, said Max. What is he doing now? Said Ben. He's snoring, said Max. Suddenly the rain began again. We need to make a rhyme, said Carl. Max popped open the umbrella. Don't be upset about getting wet, he said, because you can see there's a room for three. The end.
Okay. So what did you think of this story, Grandma Bessie?
That was a good story, you know, about Max and the Dragon. He believed in. I'm trying to think what he believed in. He believed in. I'm trying to think. He believed in dinosaurs.
Believes in dragons and
Yeah, and that dragon.
yeah. So it's interesting in the beginning. He kept saying, "Oh, there's a dragon." His friend kept saying, "Oh, there's no dragons. There's no such thing as a dragon." And then and then what happens? And it starts
Right.
starts to rain. Like, well, you know. And they saw the dinosaur in the clouds. Said that his dragon would get rid of the if
Yeah.
rhyme. They made these rhymes, so
Right.
it's kind of a fun. Kids have imaginary friends and imagine what it would be like to have a dragon or what it would be like
Yeah.
to have a dinosaur, and so it was a fun story about kids and their imagination. And you think there really are? You think there really was
Mm-hmm.
a dragon?
Yeah.
Do you think there really was a dragon?
Yeah.
Hi. So it's a really fun story. So which story did you like best?
The Longest Storm. I liked it both of them. You know,
Oh, you
the
like
Longest
both of them?
Storm. You know, it's
Mhm.
a family. They didn't get along, but they end up getting along together.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the one Max and the Dragon was just a fun story. Just a fun story, imaginary story. So, but thing is, it was about the relationship between him and Max and Carol,
Mm-hmm.
and also the relationship between the family in the longest storm. And the bottom line is we gotta help each other and support each other, right? Get through those
That's right.
tough times, and imagination helps a lot too. The friendship. So, which story did you have a story that you liked the best? Did you say which one did you like the best? And so anyway, this is the last day for Grandma Reads a Story. But in June, we're going to be starting a foster grandparents is going to be joining the library. We're going to have some story times in the library now that things are getting more back to normal. And so we're going to have story times in person. We're going to be doing stories and we're going to be doing crafts. And so instead of seeing over Zoom,
okay,
kids can come in. We'd love to have you come into the library and do a craft and share a story together. So look forward to the summer and the spring, and hopefully it won't be as cold as it is today. What do you think, Grandma Bessie? Are you hoping?
I hope not. I hope not.
And so my screen background is one of the programs that we had in the library, and so we're gonna hope to have a lot more fun things going during the summer, and so you can join us at the library. And thank you so much for sharing these last couple stories, and look forward to seeing you, Grandma Bessie, at the library.
At the library.
Yep. So leave us a comment on Facebook, like us, tell us what you think, say goodbye. And again, join us. It's also going to be on Wednesdays. It's going to be at the library, and we should be getting lunch off the truck that we got last year. And look forward to seeing you all then. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.